What's good, y'all? It's Alex Camuno here, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about the roadmap to financial freedom, what that looks, and how to break it down so that you can achieve financial freedom in a timeline that works for you. Let's get into it. So if you've been rocking with us already, then you already know what financial freedom is. That's all we talk about. But for those of you that don't, financial freedom is essentially the ability to live without necessarily having to trade in your time for money, right? So your monthly expenses are covered because of passive income you have coming in from assets that you own and invested in, right? So assets can be, rental properties. They can be stock paying dividends or dividend paying stocks. They can be trucks, right? If you have a trucking business, it can be your cleaning business. It could be, any business or any asset that pays you monthly independent of your time. That's what financial freedom is. So today I want to talk about breaking down that roadmap to reaching financial freedom, right? So I always tell people that in order to reach financial freedom, you need to know what you want your life to look like when you are financially free, right? So how much in passive income do you want to have, and how many, assets are you going to need to bring you that amount of passive income every month, right? So I'll just use myself as an example for this video, right? So last year when I was 23, I set the goal that I wanted to be financially free in 5 years by the age 28, which would be in 2024. And strictly through real estate, or the plan is predicated primarily on real estate, but there are other investment vehicles and other businesses I have that will also supply me more income. But for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna strictly talk about real estate because I think it's a really easy concept to explain. So when I was 23 last year, I set the goal that I wanted $10,000 per month in passive cash flow from my rental properties. So being in real estate, I know generally that a rental property can typically generate $200 per month per unit in cash flow, right? So that's essentially after all your expenses are paid. Income minus expenses is cash flow. So after your principal, interest, taxes, insurance, vacancies, capital expenditures, repair, maintenance, property management, after all that is paid, one unit should generate me $200 per month. So if I have a duplex, that's 2 units, it should generate me $400. Generally speaking, it doesn't necessarily scale that way, but generally speaking, right? So that's usually my goal. So that being said, I knew that, okay, I can start my roadmap then, right? So let's get into it. So I said age 28, which is in 2024, I wanted $10,000 per month. So remember I said one unit should typically generate $200 per month. So that means I would need 50 units to generate me $10,000 per month. So I needed 50 units, rental units, right? So that's where I start. Now at this point, I can't necessarily really just say, okay, let me go get 50 units. I got to figure out, okay, how do I want those 50 units to look? I could have single family houses, I could have duplexes, I could have, triplexes, I could have a combination of all that stuff. But for me, I said, I just wanted economies of scale, easier management, yada, yada, yada. So I just wanted apartment complex with 50 plus units, or a few smaller complexes, maybe 20, 30 units here, another unit, a few units there, whatever. This is an approximation, by the way. So, and by the way, this applies to whatever investment vehicle you want. Maybe you're going to use stock paying dividends, so you're going to need to buy a certain amount of stocks, right? Maybe you're in the trucking business. That means you need a certain amount of trucks. Maybe whatever business that you're in, you need to kind of scale that into units to determine what metrics you need to be working and reaching, right? So for me, like I said, we're using real estate. So for me, I say if I want an apartment complex, really the only way to do that is by putting 20 to 30% down payment on a complex, right? So let's just say for the purposes of this, 50 units, $1 million, I would need $200,000 to $300,000. So I'll just say, let's say I need $200,000 to buy an apartment complex as my down payment for that 50 units. It'll be the next thing that comes in my roadmap, right? $200,000. Now at this point, obviously I can sit here and say, okay, how can I get $200,000? I can go, take on extra side hustles. I could work more at my job, which I'm definitely not gonna do. Or I could, do what I already know and enjoy, which is real estate. So I could flip more houses, right? I can flip houses to get 200K. So generally speaking, I know that I can usually achieve about 20K profit on average from most of my flips, right? So 20K profit with me, I will need to flip 10 houses to get $200,000, right? So now I can break it down even further. So that means I need to flip 10 houses, right? So at this point, if you haven't noticed, what's happening is you're breaking down a larger goal into intermediate goal, right? And so now I can say, okay, in order to flip 10 houses, what do I need to do? Well, obviously I have to flip that first house, and to flip that first house, then I know I might have to get, educated in real estate, right? So that might be the next thing I need to do if I'm not already educated. This is starting with the end in mind, right? So I know I might need education. That could be books, that could be podcasts, that could be whatever. I have a real estate course that I just released that I'm actually showing people how to acquire their first flip or rental property. So if you're interested in that, check it. It'll be in the link in the description. So from there, I know, okay, I might even have to break it down even further. Maybe I might need to save more money, because in order to flip houses, it's not to say you can do it with no money, but you might have to, have some money to put, on closing costs or something. So from there, I might need to save more money. And so that might be somewhere I need to break it down even further, right? So if I need to save more money, then one way I always advocate people to save more money is to get rid of their largest expense, which is through house hacking, right? House hacking is essentially when you can, buy a duplex, triplex, quadplex, whatever, you live in one unit and rent out the other so that you eliminate your living expenses, right? So that might be something I need to do, which is house hack. And now guess what? I can break it down even further. In order to house hack, I know that I need to have, 580 credit score, 3.5% down, and I might need to have some money for the closing costs. So from there, let's just say, hey, I might need to save, I'm gonna buy a $200,000 duplex. I might need to save $7,500 or $7,000 for the down payment, and maybe another $3,000 for the closing costs. So from there, I know that, hey, I need to save $10,000. And so now I'm breaking it down even further. My brain can see me saving $10,000 a lot sooner than it can see me, buying a $1 million apartment complex, right? Because those are steps that my brain hasn't defined yet. But my brain has some sort of recognition into what it takes to save $10,000, right? So in order to save $10,000, I might have to take on, some side hustles, right? I might have to work some extra shifts at work. And from there too, hey, guess what? You can break it down even further. Like I said, if I know I'm gonna house hack and I know I'm gonna be flipping houses, obviously I need to have good credit, right? To be able to get loans from banks and lenders, right? Of course. So I know the house hack, I need to have at least a 580 credit score. I recommend everyone having at least 600 credit score so you can get a better interest rate. So from there, I know, hey, I might need to get 600 credit score. And so what's happening? Of course, I'm getting closer and closer to what I need to be doing today. The point of this roadmap is to tell you what you need to be doing from the beginning all the way to the end. Your brain cannot connect a big goal like buying an apartment complex with the experiences that you have today, because you've never done anything like that. You haven't defined those steps before. So you have to break it down so that you can, continue to take action. The goal of this, the point of this is to always continue to be taking action. And that's what the point of the roadmap to financial freedom is. It allows you to continue to take action and know what you need to be doing to achieve that bigger goal. And for me, this $10,000 a month, that's independent of the other businesses, right, that I got going on. This is just from real estate alone. I have a roadmap for every business and a plan for what I want my business to look like when I'm 28 and what I need to be doing today, broken down from that point on to today, right? For me, my total number in cash flow that I want when I'm 28 is $50,000 per month. So I know that I need to, implement a different roadmap for every business so that I can accumulate that 50,000. This 10,000 is just a part of the 50,000 overall number for all the total businesses. I want y'all to let me know what y'all's number is. When do you want to achieve financial freedom? How much in passive cash flow do you want coming in every month? Let me know in the comments below. Definitely be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, if you got value from it. Definitely share this with somebody. Like I said, if you're interested in the course, it'll be down below. Check us out on the podcast as well. We're giving a ton of value on there. I'll see you on the next one.